Hello, I'm Adriana, physiotherapist and trauma-informed yoga instructor, and today's video will be a trauma-informed yoga sequence that is safe for people with osteoporosis. If you have osteoporosis, it can be difficult to do yoga as some yoga forms end up putting some compression through the spine, and that can end up causing fractures in people who have osteoporosis. So in today's video, I will be choosing forms that do not put as much pressure throughout the spine, and therefore they should be safe if you have osteoporosis. However, it is always good to check in with a healthcare practitioner before starting an exercise routine, especially if you do have a health condition such as osteoporosis. So with all that being said, we will start today in a standing form. I invite you to go to the top of your mat, placing your feet gently on the ground, and just taking a moment to bring our awareness to the present moment. Perhaps noticing your feet as they grind or ground into the mat. Taking a nice inhale through the nose or through the mouth, and a nice exhale as well. When you are ready, I will be starting today's practice in Warrior 2. So I invite you to take your left leg and bring it behind you, placing the foot facing the length of your mat, and then your front foot is going to face the top of your mat. We're going to bend that front knee into Warrior 2. Keeping the spine nice and long throughout this form. So maybe thinking if you had a string and it was pulling you through the top of your head to keep your spine nice and long. If you would like, you can bring the arms up as well, completely up to you. You might decide to place them down at your sides. Taking one more breath here. And on your next exhale, straightening that front leg to come out of this form. We'll be switching to the other side, but in between, I invite you to do goddess form. So you can bring your body to face forward, the toes facing slightly out to the edges of your mat. From here, if it feels good for you, you can bend the knees so you're going into a mini lunge. Once again, maybe thinking about keeping that spine nice and long as you do this. If it doesn't feel good for you to bend the knees today, you can always keep them straight and just stand in a straddle form. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Maybe feeling the legs shake as you breathe in and out. Last breath. And on the exhale, I invite you to straighten those legs and moving into Warrior 2 on the other side. So bringing that right foot, facing it towards the length of the mat, turning that left foot towards the top of the mat on the other side and bending that front knee. Once again, you can place the arms down at your side. You can bring them up to your waist or perhaps bring them up on either side of your body. You can choose what works best for yourself today. Taking one more nice inhale here. One more nice exhale, letting the air out, maybe letting the arms drop as you exhale. Straightening that front knee, facing the length of your mat again. Moving into tree form, so you can bring both your feet together here. And I'll show a few different variations for today. The first variation would be to take the right foot and just place it gently next to your left foot today. The second option would be to take that right foot and gently rest it on the shin of the left leg. And the third option would be to take that right foot and bring it up just above the knee, bringing that leg out. So a few different options you can choose from. Once again, thinking of lengthening that spine nice and long and tall. Maybe taking a nice deep breath. Holding for 3 more seconds. 2 more seconds. Last second. And lowering that right foot. Taking a moment in between tree forms to ground down through the feet once again. Repeating the same thing on the other side, so you can put that left foot right next to the right foot. You can rest it on the shin, or you can rest it just above the knee, so you can choose the variation that works for your body today. Lengthening through that spine. If that feels good for you, you may decide to bring your arms to center, maybe bringing your arms up above your head. You can pick what works for you. For 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths as I shake. 1 more breath. Lowering that left foot if it's up. Maybe just moving the legs back and forth, getting a little bit of movement throughout the legs after we've been standing and balancing. We'll move down onto our hands and knees for the next form. So if you would like, you can always put a blanket underneath the knees if that feels good for you, or underneath the wrists. And so on our hands and knees here, choosing this form is, once again, we're getting length throughout the spine. We're not moving into any extreme flexion or extension here. Everything's staying nice and neutral. Taking a nice breath here. If it feels good for your practice today, you may decide to bring one leg out behind you, kicking it up and holding for a moment. Feeling those arms support you, that left leg support you for 1 more breath. And then bringing that right leg back down, perhaps repeating the same thing on the left side. Bringing that left leg up behind you, nice and long, keeping that spine straight. Allowing those arms to support you for 1 more breath. Lowering down whenever you're ready. If you would like, repeating that 2 more times on each leg. Bringing that right leg up behind you, nice and long. Lowering whenever you're ready. Repeating the same thing on the left side. Maybe 1 more time on the right side. And last time on the left side. Nice inhale. Exhale, lowering that leg. I invite you to make your way onto your back whenever you're ready, if that feels good for you. Going on to your back. Bending the knees and placing the feet on the mat, if that's okay for your body today. Once again, choosing this form as the spine is nice and long. We're supported throughout the legs. And if you're feeling up for it, just taking a couple breaths here to ground into the present once again. Maybe noticing the chest or the stomach rise and fall. You might choose to tune into some senses, focusing on any sounds that you're hearing around whatever room you're in, any smells that you're smelling. And I'll be moving into some mini bridges here. So if you'd like to join me, you can. Keeping the legs as they are with the knees bent, the feet supporting us. You may place your arms down by your side to support you if that feels good. And from here, gently tilting the pelvis. So you're bringing your tailbone under and very slightly lifting the glutes off the ground. Holding for a breath and then lowering. And I'll be doing that 3 more times if you would like to follow along. Tailbone going under, gently lifting the glutes, breathing in, breathing out as I lower the body down. 2 more times, gently tilting the tailbone. If you would like, you can always just tilt the tailbone and not lift the glutes. If you want, you can lift the glutes slightly. Inhale, exhale, and lower. Last one, tilting that tailbone under, gently lifting the glutes up, breathing in. And as you exhale, lowering everything back down. And if there's any other forms that you know feel good for your body, feel free to do those now. Take a couple moments to choose something nourishing for yourself. When you're ready, you can join me in a final resting form. I'll be lying completely flat on my back, but if there's something that works better for you, you can do that. If that's lying on your side or just placing a pillow underneath the knees, maybe even a pillow underneath the head. When living with osteoporosis, it is important and it is good to strengthen the bones and strengthen the body through things such as yoga or safe strength training or walking with walking poles. Hope this is a video you can come back to and feel good using it to strengthen and move your body. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.